a video hoe. Wendy and Mia, y'all friends now? Ashley's love language is clearly gifts. I'm super proud of Karen. Look at Robin going in, y'all. I think Ascala might be my favorite. Candace is so excited to not be a part of drama this season. Wendy was the most excited person for Robin last season. We haven't seen any bedazzled numbers from Giselle. I'll be a little bit late. I have to do my TV segment. Are y'all close or are you not? How you gonna tell Wendy how she should respond? I would like to apologize to my mama and my pastor. I don't really know who is ever friends with anyone on this show. You missed the birth of your child. Look, XX is a thing because it's a thing. Where was this when she was here? The whole I interpreted what she said that way? No, you said something offensive. Soon her booty hole heal, soon as all of this other stuff heal, she not done. Potomac definitely dances better than Married to Medicine. Like, I don't know who's friends. What up, y'all, and welcome back to another recap with me, your girl Rizzo, for the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 6, Episode 7. If you are here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Is my shirt see-through? These are my It doesn't look this see-through. Normally, look at that. So I'm gonna sit like this the whole time, y'all. Here we are. It is what it is. Let's get to it, y'all, because this episode was actually good, even though nothing topped last week's. We're gonna go through a lot of points. We're gonna talk about looks, because everybody killed. We're gonna talk about shady friends, Ashley, the Wendy drama with everybody, but really Wendy drama with Robin. I feel like this was Wendy and Robin's episode. This was actually Robin's episode. We learned so much about her. I don't even want to get into it. Y'all, Robin was a video hoe. Did y'all know that? Did y'all also know that Juan missed the birth of his child? That's like the lowest of low that you can go. You missed the birth of your child that you had with a woman who you once lived with, whose family took y'all in. Like, your child. Even Chloe, when Tristan cheated on her about 2 days ago, she let that man in the delivery room. You missed the birth of your child. All right, this ain't even about Juan. Let's get to it, y'all. But let's dive into these looks. Every filter that I get makes it worse. Oh my God. I would like to apologize to my mama and my pastor and my grandma in heaven who may be watching my tatas right now. Okay, let's talk about looks. First of all, y'all, I think Ascala might be my favorite. She went from girl, you shady as F, now that role is for Mia, we will get into that, to Ascala, look at you. You now have your own outfit and your own interviews. Ascala in this red kill. Karen is killing this little bedazzle sequins glitter number up here. I actually love that for her. In her little like old lady booty when she did that little shake thing, live for it. I'm also proud of the fact that Karen showed us her face without any makeup. I love that for TV, for women, for her. Makes me happy. Not our girl Giselle. You know she struggles every season with fashion. Yo, why did my friend Sade post that Beyonce dresses like Giselle? And you know I'm a member of the Beehive, but that was hilarious. Zarina, we need you, okay? But I don't know if Giselle got a stylist this season or if she's just like, I'm not gonna do anything special. I'm gonna stick to like primary colors or sets that I see on a model. We haven't seen any bedazzled numbers from Giselle this season. Who did that? And then remember last season, I mentioned that Giselle looked like she put on that relationship weight. And you know that shit happens when you're happy and in a relationship. You just like let your stuff go. She's traveling back and forth. She's building a house. So she got this man. You know, she's spending all her extra time with this man instead of working out, thinking about her body. And you can tell this season that she lost some weight. Every time somebody on television loses weight, I'm always like, real or not? But Shorty spent almost 3 hours in the pool doing aquatics and working out. And I'm like, good for you. And you can see it. So good for Giselle. As long as we keep sticking to this and don't have any glittering. It's like Giselle will wear this and be like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put bedazzled numbers around my tatas all around here. And boom. Like, oh, you know, she did wear those jeans to the cocktail dinner. But at least it was solids, y'all. Now, y'all, let's get into this dance video. First of all, let's get into the fact that Candace is so excited to not be a part of drama this season. Yet, because we do see salad being thrown in your face. But she's just so excited to not be a part of it, which I am just shocked that that is a thing. But let's get into the video auditions for Candace's songs, or her extras, for Candace's songs, which is called Drive Back. Now, for me and my friends, we've always called it the circle back. And I did not realize just how many women in this season have had circle backs. And it makes me think about my life. How many people really circling back? I mean, look, XX is a thing because it's a thing, but y'all circling back and like getting to long-term relationships, having new kids, getting remarried, like this is a whole thing. Now, I'm about to make this statement, but ignore the videos that I'm gonna post. I don't know how many of you guys actually watch Married to Medicine Atlanta, but they did a little dance number this season for Quad in her house, and that was trash. Potomac definitely dances better than Married to Medicine. Sorry. But let's get into the fact that Karen did her solo and she started out in liturgical dance mode. And I was like, if there's a ribbon somewhere and she just Lord, you know, that's all I know from my sign language. But the video girl Robin showed out. And unfortunately, they didn't even air this during the episode, but she posted it on her page, y'all. Look at this, what I call interpretive dance, but she calls it freestyle dance. Look at Robin going in, y'all. This is the Robin that we all want to see. And Askala even mentioned this. She was like, I don't know why Robin was acting like that, because it seems like every time she gets in front of Giselle, she always defends her by any means necessary. And it's like, she did say, well, that's what friends do. But I question that. I think as your friend, whether you're right or wrong, in public, you stick by them. But that does not mean you reinforce their negative behavior or their bad behavior. You may stay silent. You're not going to go against them in public, but I don't think you reinforce that. I think that's where Robin fails. And even Askala was like, that's my friend, but I don't know why she's doing that. And I appreciate the fact that she said that and then spoke up about it in front of them. Unlike Giselle, who as soon as the door closed, started going in on Wendy. And I was like, yo, where was this when she was here? You weren't giving us none of this rah, rah, rah. Like, you weren't doing any of that when she wasn't here. And it's like, I never know who's on whose side. Like, are y'all close or are you not? Because Giselle and Ashley were BFFs when they were talking about this situation. But then when it came down to it, Giselle was like, I ain't started, Ashley started that. And I'm like, you throwing her under the bus. And then on the way to Surrey, which, yo, I have never been more proud of someone on television, but do y'all feel this way? I'm super proud of Karen. I really enjoyed that moment for her. What Ray said and did and got on the mic was a little bit weird. I don't like that he took away from her moment, but I was really proud of her. Like, she came up and then came back to her community and she's like sewing into them. I like that. But anyway, let's get back to the fact that Wendy and Mia were both in the car. They didn't like each other before, but now they're in the car kikiing. So I'm like, wait, Wendy and Mia, y'all friends now? And then Karen is Wendy's mentor, but she's starting a candle line and she didn't tell Wendy. It's different though, because it's like, well, if I'm not done with a business idea, I'm not gonna tell you I'm doing it in advance. But it's a little odd when your friend is doing the exact same thing and you don't even mention it to them. So y'all friends or not? And then Mia, you friends with Giselle, you kikiing with her in the house after. Soon as you leave her sight, you go and tell Wendy that she called you a weak ass bitch, which also she did not say. The whole I interpreted what she said that way. Now, you can interpret what she said, but then weak ass bitch is something it sounds a lot more serious than her saying what she said. Now, what she said was not good either because she was talking crap about her behind her back, but it wasn't weak. So I don't really know who is ever friends with anyone on this show. Every episode is confusing except the loyalty between Robin and Giselle. And I think they both know where the bodies are. They both know they need each other and it will never die. Okay, but let's get into like actually before we do that, before I even get into Wendy, which is going to be this season, Wendy and Robin. Like this episode, like I said, Wendy and Robin carried this episode and I didn't like it. I mean, I liked it because it's entertaining. I didn't like it for them and for women. But before I do that, can we talk about how Ashley's love language is clearly gifts? And that's why she and Michael work out. Did you see her face light up when Dean came to give her that box from Michael? She was like, ooh, a gift for me? This is perfect. They're perfect together. I mean, and they like threesomes and swinging and I don't know. Y'all think they started that back up? Well, not right now, but they about, even though Ashley put the squash to that, Ashley ain't done. Soon her booty hole heals, soon as all of this other stuff heals, she not done. Okay, but let's talk about Wendy. So first of all, let's talk about the flex that Wendy was like, I'm in the cottage, but let them know that I'll be a little bit late. I have to do my TV segment. Flex, sis, and I'm not mad. Let's also talk about how Wendy loved this man, Eddie. The crying, the tears, the fact that the Botox wouldn't let her really feel it. Hilarious. You know what else is hilarious, but also childish? The fact that Wendy she just blatantly ignored Giselle like a child. I live for the petty, but that was, come on sis, we gotta do better. And Robin's question of, oh, are you gonna ignore me too? And Wendy was like, that's a good question. Like, y'all, I died. Okay, let's talk about Robin and Wendy though, because I feel like they have more interaction and more beef this episode than Giselle and Wendy, even though that beef started with them. Robin didn't like that Wendy went in on her marriage and her relationship, because Robin has obviously heard that from a ton of people. So for her to hear that from Wendy, which I was reminded, Wendy was the most excited person for Robin last season when they got engaged. Wendy stood up, she screamed, she did a little dance. I was reminded of how she didn't have any hips. I was just like, oh yeah. And I appreciated the fact that when Wendy responded and says, I'm sorry if what I said offended you, Robin didn't just let that happen, because I hate when people apologize like that. If I offended you. No, you said something offensive. You should be apologizing for what you said that was offensive. So Wendy said really quickly, it rolled off her tongue, she didn't have to think about it for 5 seconds, truly what she felt about Robin and Juan. So for you to be sitting up in my face, being so excited for me, and the first time that I say anything to you, you get in and you go in on me and my relationship, means that you've been thinking about that the whole time. That's why I love when people get into arguments, because you get to see the real them. And I'm like, noted. Back pocket, check. But see, I was on Robin's side for that. But what I didn't bang with is when she said, when she was talking to Giselle, and she was like, this is the way that Wendy should have responded to cheating allegations. Now, Robin, do we not remember when Ashley brought up the cheating allegations with Juan to you, and you got into a huge argument with her? And that's totally different, because this was on the blogs. Wendy had clearly seen this, and it hadn't come up. You guys brought this up. Ashley came to you privately away from the group and wanted to give you some information firsthand that she thought you didn't know about. And you went in on her, Giselle went in on her, everybody was like, you did it wrong. And I'm like, wait a minute. How you gonna tell Wendy how she should respond if you didn't respond that way? So let's not get into, oh, she responded wrong, because baby girl, in the moment, you clearly don't know how to respond either. So let's not. We all know what happened was messy. Yes, I think Wendy went in a little too hard. But as I told somebody in the comments, you are not responsible for how someone reacts to you. Make sure that when you do or say something, you are prepared for whatever comes back. And Giselle, out of all people, should know that everyone has ammo in the tank on her. Jamal has put her in such a bad position that they will never forget it. And like I said, that's unfortunate, because none of that is her fault, right? She's falling for someone she thought she could trust again. But it's all going back on her, the woman. So until she finds love, until she gets into a new happy relationship, whatever that is, people are always going to go in on her. So y'all, this episode was crazy. Like, I don't know who's friends. Mia, who you friends with? I don't know. Robin, why you so kikiing with Giselle all the time? Ascala, can you be our friend? Ashley, are you going to come back to the group? Candace, why does Mia hate you later? That's what I'm really waiting for. I'm going to see y'all next week. This season is pretty good. We didn't even need Monique back. Ooh, I wonder if Monique is sitting back eating popcorn, just living life. Can you imagine Monique's face when Wendy went in? I'll see you next week. Do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, repost, all of that good stuff, y'all. I'm excited doing this season. It's not like a boring episode after episode. There's always something in here. So let's get to it. I'll see y'all next week. It's me, your girl Rizzo. Bye.